Hello Virgo, welcome to Mind, Body and Heart Tarot Therapy. I'm here to do the reading for the month of August 2019. So Virgo, I hope you're well. I pre-shuffled your cards. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. If it resonates, it resonates, and if it doesn't, then it's just not your reading. Don't try to fit it in or something. You'll know, don't worry. Alright, so your current energy is the Two of Pentacles. Interesting, that's just showed up for Leo, I think. No, before. I just finished the readings also for July, so I had a bit of continuity of messages, which is very interesting. I'll make use of that actually, if I can. But I've done your reading for July a while ago, so you're not in that cycle. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles. That's your current energy. Okay, what's the challenge? Okay. Oh la la. Okay, the Three of Cups with the Four of Wands are the challenge. It's difficult for you right now. Alright, what's the advice for Leo? No, sorry, for Virgo. Sorry, guys. Seven of Wands as your advice. Okay. And what's the possible outcome? Where is this taking you? It's coming in the future based on this energy. Beautiful. Beautiful, Virgo. You're comfortable with the Empress. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Ten of Cups. We're talking happiness here, Virgo. Alright. Let's put out the clarifiers for this before we go through the stories. Actually, the energy dynamics. I'm reading more the energy dynamics rather than the story. But you'll see. I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, so what is the Two of Pentacles in your current energy? Page of Swords. Okay. What are the Three of Cups and Four of Wands as your challenge? Temperance. Got you. Where's the Seven of Wands as your advice? Where's the Seven of Wands as your advice for Virgo? August 2019. That is why. Why is the Empress as the outcome, as a future energy? Okay. Roger. Barely have any space here. Can't work like this. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles to go along with the Ten of Cups. Alright, Virgo. I think that having my cards so chaotically put here must really get on your nerves. I know you love having things tidy. But please bear with me. Okay. So let's get on with your reading. You have this, the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very, very slow energy. It's about expansion, is about growth, is about, conquering new territories, new ideas, new feeling, that sort of moving, growing, it's real growth. And out of all the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is quite slow. Yeah, he's going out there, but he's only going for what's sure, what's going to happen for sure. And it's coming along with your 10 of cups, which has to do with happiness and what's your idea of happiness. This is your underlying energy. This is your theme, right? This is what we're working with this month, this coming month. And it seems that the theme that will show up for you would be happiness, how to be happy, and how to go about it, how to go about this. If it comes like, should I plan, should I take it like really really slowly, should I just like, you know, go ahead only if I'm sure of the results are going to be 100% satisfying and how I want them to be, or can I allow myself to feel happiness maybe even when everything is not perfect, you know? You don't need to reach the destination to become happy. You don't need to go at a very slow or very fast pace in order to be happy. Happiness is in the journey. Happiness is in being present and being aware. But you know, I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that this is what's coming up for you, and you make your own conclusions of it, right? You're having the this slow pace energy, or somebody in your life that you want to build up this happiness with has this very slow pace. And yeah, sometimes we're wondering, is it worth waiting if things going so slow? Or you know, you're the earth sign here. I think this Knight of Pentacles is you, and maybe somebody else is also asking if it's worth waiting for you. But yeah, the question is happiness. How do I get there? If you're comfortable with this slow pace and just stay with it, you know, it's your nature. It's part of who you are. You can honor that very well. But that means like having happiness on your own terms. Doesn't mean trusting and believing all this fairy tale bullshit Hollywood stories that tell us, and this whole cultural pressure that tells us that the happiness should and things should happen in a certain way at a certain pace with a very very clear way of defining happiness. And if I don't have that, if I don't have what is being advertised, then I can't be happy. This is what is important to look at. That's it. And I think you're learning about this right now. And you're definitely learning about juggling your emotion and communication. This is your current energy right now. Like your emotions seem to be a little bit on the background and quite agitated. And you're juggling with, I don't know what, real life situations that, you know, trying to do the balancing game. And I guess it's working. You're doing it with grace, but pay attention. You can't do this forever. Multitasking, going fast. It's exciting. It's like a game, but you can't be trapped into this game forever for juggling, and you can't hold these waves at bay for too long. Yeah, fine. Focus on what it is that you need to be focused on a practical level, but make sure you have space and create space for these crazy emotions here to be felt and to be expressed with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords has to do with communication. It has to do with like receiving messages, learning how to communicate for yourself, you know, being a sort of a student of yeah, putting your mind out there, learning how to express yourself, learning how to express those emotions, learning how to express your idea of happiness and your idea of how things work for you. And it's a page, it's something new, you know. You're still like in a child, it's a trial and error here. It's not going to be perfect, but you're learning. You're learning how to talk about this situation that keeps you at like, I can't really feel my emotions right now because there's so much happening that I need to juggle. You learn how to communicate about this as well. And you know, the Page of Swords is like holding this one sword here. When it jumps from the 10 of Swords, which was like 10 swords, somebody like, it's one sword, it's clarity. There's a change happening inside. It's your current energy. And this is as your what's your challenge right now? What is it challenging for you? And it seems to be connecting with the people around you, connecting from a place of, like, I know, happiness and celebration. It's either happening too much of this, either too little of this. So it comes with temperance, right? If you're partying too much, and if you're still like waiting always on appraisal and this feeling of celebration and being celebrated, it gets to your head. First of all, if you're always here, you can't live in this place. It's good to have moments, key moments like this, to remind us to see that our efforts are being validated and appreciated. But we can't live in this space, right? And we can't live in a space of continuous party either. Imagine a continuous party. It sounds like a dystopia, like some sort of Hotel California hell, right? We can't be there forever either. So if it's too much of this, of course, it's detrimental. You're juggling a lot. You don't have time to sleep. You don't have time to feel. You don't have time to communicate. You don't have time to do anything. That's why it can be the challenge. Or if it's too little of this, then I feel isolated. I feel depressed. I feel stressed out. I feel anxiety. I feel completely disconnected. So it's very important to temper the two, finding out the balance between how much time I'm spending with my friends and how much I'm able to communicate, and how much am I partying, and how much am I validating myself or looking for validation outside of myself, and how much I don't, and when is it time to give a bit less or give more. This guy is like, this guy, he's an angel, excuse me. Well, but it's major arcana. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, by the way. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Maybe some Sagittarius. This could very much be your energy. This can be Taurus, and this can, yeah, that's the signs that I show up. This person here, this angel is showing us how to balance our emotions and how to go about life through enthusiasm, right? Like temperance doesn't necessarily mean something that's boring. It can be the other way around. It can be, I can get incredibly excited to see what works and what doesn't, playing with it more like a scientist, See, like, okay, if I put a little bit of this and put it more into the other cup, what's the result from that? Okay, yeah, it's better, but still not quite there. Let's add a little bit more. It's like playing with the elements to create something, create what growth. That's what we're trying to do. We're all trying to grow, right? We're all trying to expand our consciousness and awareness, and to heal our wounds and grow into our potential, our best self. And your advice here is the 7 of Wands with the 9 of Swords, which are funny cards for advice. Thank you very much. But yeah, here it is. You gotta stand up for yourself. This is your advice right now. Stand up for yourself. Don't be too terrified to say what is it that you really believe in. Our beliefs and our attitudes and our life philosophies are being challenged every once in a while, and that's good. That's good, because that helps me assess them for myself the moment I speak them out to someone else, in order to stand up for myself. It doesn't need to be from a defensive position. I don't need to be threatened by people questioning the way I show up in my reality. But it's good to have this. When being challenged, it's good to have my own sort of like assessment. Oh, where am I at? Okay, This is how I see the story. And it's very interesting to say a story that about something that happened to me, something that I need to, like, the story of what do I, why do I operate the way I operate, from where I'm coming from, and my life philosophy, and the whole spiritual paradigm, and all that existentialism, if you want. It's good to be challenged in that way. It's really good. That's when yeah, I want to say it's important to see how our story changes with every time we relate it a little bit. Something changes in the way of delivery, one way or another, even if it remotely, or it's interesting to see if I repeat exactly the same words over and over again, or if I'm actually actively responding into a conversation on somebody else's, like, real questions, not responding to my triggers. It's interesting to see that. And that can help you, like, alleviate this anxiety. You have to defend yourself in order to address this, defend, to stand up for yourself, to really, really protect. No, protect, again, it's a defensive act. It's not about defending, because that would mean really being threatened, but you do feel threatened, obviously. And this is happening for you to see this, for you to see that you really get triggered. People attacking you like this really give you anxiety and trigger you, and it's important for you to see this. You're asked upon to look at this right now and find a way to heal that. Why do I get defensive when I'm supposed to be just relating how my universe is, and that's it? I'm not asking for feedback. I'm not asking for your approval. I'm not asking for advice. This is where I'm at, and this is how my world functions, and this is how I'm showing up, and I'm okay with this. I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm not putting it on you. I'm not expecting anything else. But somehow this gives you anxiety, because you somehow feel attacked, maybe, when somebody is questioning your reality. It's normal. We all gotta question each other's reality, because we come from a relative reality. We share the same world, but we don't share the same perception of the world. So it's important that we communicate about this stuff, and that we put them out there, and that we address this part of pure anxiety, of not knowing how to perceive the situation anymore, especially when somebody else comes with a different perspective. That's actually what we are more threatened. What if they're right? Not necessarily if they are wrong. What if they're right? That's what's disconcerting most of the time. That's what brings the anxiety. That would make me wrong. That would make my universe, the way I see it, wrong. I was wrong. It's not about that. We are all right in the way we perceive our own reality, and the way we perceive the bigger reality. We can only have the story of the elephant, and the 9 blind people. We all have different perception of reality. It's very important for me to understand what's yours. It is not a threat to my reality, where it's not a bet about how the reality out there really is, or it shouldn't be. A little bit it is, the way religions go about, and how people struggle so much and fight so much over ideologies and stuff. But that's the thing. We're learning to stand up for ourselves without going in that place. We don't need to. And there you go, is the Empress with the 7 of Pentacles. You're really assessing what's in front of you. The facts, the data. Physical reality. Not just ideas and thoughts that are just in my mind. By being, and also groundedness. Showing up for yourself like this, and being able to not feel threatened when somebody's questioning your reality, requires to be very, very grounded. Or it also results in being much more grounded, because we haven't been triggered. We have actually looked at the situation with awareness, and I'm learning both about myself and about somebody else's reality. That's fantastic. Win-win situation. Why am I so anxious about this? But if I'm grounded, I learn how to be very nurturing. If I see things that I know that don't correspond with any reality. For example, when a friend of mine maybe is in denial, or when I'm in denial, I can be very nurturing of that, and I can look at the facts for what it is. Sevens are about assessment. Okay, here I am. What's happening inside me right now? What's happening in this anxiety? Where is it coming from? What are my fears? Good. I'm looking at them with a grounded awareness and with a lot of gentleness and care. Working with fear is important, and there are many ways to work with it, and most of them involve being grounded. And also with the Seven of Pentacles here, being like really about checking, looking into what is real in front of you in your physical reality, makes me think about starting identifying what are your limiting beliefs and what are your triggers, and seeing what's you and what's that, like, separating a little bit what you can let go of and what can plant for the next crop to grow. It's a seven, it's in between. It's a great opportunity. This is why comes at your advice, because there's so much information here. There's so much information here about our own wounds, in our fears. We learn so much. With fear, is nothing wrong with fear. Fear, it's a normal reaction. It's what keeps us alive. It's one of the primary instincts that for survival. And if we have absolutely no fear, well, we're foolish, right? We need fear in order to survive. We wouldn't have gone this far without fear. So we can't dismiss when we feel fear. It's not what we're asked to do. What we ask to do is to understand the fear. Where is it coming from? And allowing myself to have the fear without depression and anxiety, without getting into freeze mode, to still be able to take action and choose the actions that I want. But for this, I need to stand my ground. I need to be grounded. I need to look at the facts, separate my limiting beliefs from reality, questioning my beliefs, questioning my own beliefs. That's why it's good to have actually other people question your beliefs as well. Go into debates with people. Allow yourself to debate your existential philosophy, or whatever it is that you're working on, ideas of happiness. Don't go have debates with your partners, with your lovers, with your family, with your friends, with everyone. It's important to allow that to really go deep, really be honest, and that will help you process all this unprocessed stuff that are like, see, there in the background, they keep this person awake at night. Is suppression. We're learning new mechanisms of how to really deal with all this. Working with fear, it's good work. Go for it. Separating what's a real threat or what's a perceived threat. You can do that from a place of groundedness, and that can obviously help you understand better what is good for you, what makes you happy, and how to go about getting that happiness. When I'm not coming from a place of anxiety and fear, when I can be the empress, where I can be grounded, where I can look at the things for what they are, I'm open to receive, baby. And I'm able to attract love. My own love and other people's love. I'm able to receive. That's what's important. I'm not able to receive here. I can't tell what's A from B, from C from D in this state. I can't do anything at this state. I'm frozen. So yeah, I think it's about time to look at those fears and look at like why you're afraid to stand up for yourself, or how you've been showing up, and allow yourself to go into communication and debates about the nature of everything. You're probably going to learn a lot about yourself, and about what scares you. All right, darlings, I hope this makes sense. I'll see you here soon. Thank you so much for being here, and if you did resonate with this, please like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, have a great August, Virgo.